Just give me 1 second, please. Going live. What video's loading? Okay, 1 second. There we go. Woo, we're live. Okay, hello, hello, hello. How are we all? Just give me a quick little hot minute. Right, there we go. And put one down. Hello, hello, hello. We're a bit earlier than what I expected I'd be. We're just running a little bit late, but that's okay. Oh, hi, Kelly. Oh, no. I just was running a little bit behind schedule this afternoon, so. But we've made it. Yay! And today I thought we'd have some fun. Mum's put a whole heap of new paints at my desk. So we've got, like, you know, kind of our paint colours already chosen. Oh, hello, Tina. Hello on Firewatch here. We know of. How are you? Doing a bit better than you, Tina. Hope you're safe. Oh my gosh. Everyone seems to be having
different dramatic weather.
Yeah, different weather all around, hey. So let's come in and let's have a positive, happy class, shall we? Something to boost the spirit. So let's come in and, like I said, we're gonna do a bit of like islands, nauticals, a bit blue. I thought we might do the old trick of time of using one of our linen cuts as a little bit of a template for ourselves with maybe 1 or 2 of our stencils.
They're in the drawer.
Just so that you can see how we can mix and match it up. So let's come in.
Yeah.
And wet down the center here. And split up our scenes. So this is just the islands rice paper scenes. Oh, wrong end of the paintbrush. That's a bit of a moment, isn't it? Come in. Wet it up. Go, there's that one. And I kind of have a little bit of a plan today, but we'll see how we go. I'm just getting rid of the margin print. I don't know if any of you saw the how-to on Friday night on how to use rice paper in a few different ways. But yeah, I did explain then, I do normally explain it in nearly every video, that our rice papers have a bit of a margin when printing, just so you guys get the best possible print, the best possible colours. Oh, hi Diane. I'm dying, ding. So let's come in. So we're just coming and getting rid of these margins. It's not too difficult, especially if you're feathering, because you just come in and... Whoop. The other option is if you've got no, like, stickiness on your trimmer or guillotine, come in and cut it on those. Or with your scissors. Just make sure there's no sticky stuff on your blades. There's those ones. We've got those 2. Tick. And now... Okay, so if we just come in. And what I'm actually thinking is that, so this rice paper tonight, instead of it being on the bottom, I want it on the top. So if we just remove those 2, and what we're going to come and do is we're going to try something a little bit different. I also want this rice paper on the top. We're going to blend our rice papers together at the end. What I want to come and do is I want to come put some dark texture, dark patterns down and some texture that's going to leave a little bit of lumps and bumps when we come and put our rice paper on top because it's super thin once we glue it down. Oh, hello, Di. Hello, Helen. So, yeah. We have odd. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Don't like all the lightning in the dry. No, we had a bit of scary lightning last night, but we had lots of. But we had rain with it, so not too dry in the end when it came, which is good. Right, so let's come in, and I think we might start with these ones here because we want it to pop up behind our rice paper. It's going to have to be fairly dark, like nearly black. So we're going to do a bit of mixing with our colours as well. So let's come in. Oh, not because they're all new. We get to do the fun bit. When we come in and we peel off that top bit there. And I always put it on my frame for later because I use it as a, you know, bit of collage. 45 mils of rain. Oh, there we go. About 45 mils of rain. Right, so let's just come in. Put a bit of that blue down. I don't want to have to remake the colour, so I'm going to put a fair amount down. Oh, we've got blue everywhere now. And let's come in with a bit of this verdant. Verdant. And then we just add a smidge bit of, just thinking, smidge bit of our teal acrylic ink. Just because we want it, a lot of the colours that we get with Montmartre sets aren't always the darker shades. Because, you know, it's easier to paint than the lighter shades. So we can make it dark by mixing a few different ones together. So let's just come in now. And we're going to do this with our blending brush. Because obviously, if we did this with our stencil or our jumbo or our chunky brush, depending on how you would call them, or which name you know them by, they don't always go well with, we make this into pulp if we use them with our white linens, but if we use it with our blending brush, we should be a little bit better off. Let's come in and see that. Yeah, that should be dark enough. Hopefully, and let's just come in now. Remember, we want to kind of hold down our cloud as best as possible. So let's just... Let's lift that one up. And then, like I said, we want this to really pop through our rice paper when we come and stick it down. So I'm also making sure that I'm going to put this where those lighter bits of the sky blue were and not down in the rocky areas and stuff where the dark browns were on the rice paper. Just to show you. And because we're doing it as a nice thin layer as well, it means that we can come in and do it across. I'm going to go look for some stuff. Our spine. I'm just looking. And then we're just going to add a little bit of it down here. There we go. So I'll just show you. So when we put these ones down here, like you can already see it through without sticking it down. Try and put it on a bit of an angle so then you get a nice light. So as you can see, it just kind of adds to the pattern of our rice paper there, which I think is beautiful. And then, yeah, we can kind of really, oh, everyone say hello, by the way, Millie. Hi. Okay, and let's just come in, and we've got a fair bit of this class left to go, so I'm just trying to make sure I get all the paint out of that one and make sure it's still wet when I go and set it over on my frame here, so it doesn't dry out during class. Right, now, and we don't want to destroy it by leaving it in there also all the way through class. I do think we just need a little bit something extra. I believe it might be fish. What do you guys think? Yes or no? And we're going to come in and actually do it with a very similar colour. So we're going to use the same area of our palette here, but we're going to come in and add just a little bit of this sap green to it. So it's going to be a bit darker. Just slightly a little bit darker. So we're working on like the same base colour, if that makes sense. And then, yeah, it just adds something a little bit extra to the rice paper. And so often we're putting the rice paper down as a base rather than putting it on as top as like a focal point. So I just wanted to show you guys that you have like the option to do stuff underneath. The key is though that you really do want to go for dark colors. And you want to make sure your rice paper has some really nice light highlights in it, like this sky point here is beautiful, nice and light. Whereas if we were going down here, like our patterns would definitely have to be in like a, I reckon, a very deep blue or maybe even a black to be seen behind it. So, you know, it's just it's like a key thing. Like, just make sure you use nice, and like, dark colors don't have to be super like colors. Like, they can be nice, beautiful dark greens and blues. This one here, we've got a bit of a dark aqua coming on. And I think it actually might be dark enough for us to come in and do it down here. Should be nice. A bit more down here. A bit more up here. Now, by adding the teal ink to it, it has made our paint just a little bit more liquidy, which is okay. Just means that we're going to get more of a spotchy pattern, which is what I'm going for. See how like it's not as like matte as it is with our normal paint? When we add the ink in, it makes it a bit more spotchy because it shows the actual texture of the paper in there. And we're using this Art Gels watercolor paper, so textured. It's I think it would be not like it's not a full cold press, it's more like a medium press, because it's not as textured as what some other watercolor papers I've used before. So, but it's not smooth, which is nice. It's good to work on some texture. Let's just come in and add some fishies down here. Right, and then there's that one, and let's come in and clean that off. Oh dear, you can tell I've been using that one a lot. Okay. Going fishing for it. We'll stick that back together. That just happens with age, and especially in glass because of humidity. The glue gets a bit. Dad, can I give you this one to wash? It's just that I can't wash it in my paint tub because it falls apart when I...
What is it?
It's a paintbrush. It's got teal paint leaking from it.
Paint leaking from it?
Well, ink more like.
I don't want the waste.
You are blessed. Just remember that. Thank goodness I changed my pants to ones that I could get paint onto. They're just, you know, some pants I wear to the pool and stuff. They're not like my good pants. They're my, yeah, Dad's good at that. Thank goodness he was like just there. He was walking past. Oh, hello, Diane. Okay, so let's come in, I think, and give this some level texture. So let's have a look how our fishies look behind. Like I said, we're not going to be able to see like the full effect, obviously, because our rice paper, remember, blends into the background when we use our gel medium. But yeah, we get it. Like, look, there's some fish there. So yeah, it's going well. Let's come in now with these. Now, it's not so much about the pattern on top. It's more about the triangle patterns we're going to get. And I think we'll go for, I want to say the bigger ones because it'll be easy to cut out. But I actually think the mediums will look the best. So let's just come in. We'll cut a row of mediums out, hey? And this is just one of those fussy cut element sheets we've got from the islands as well. So I did choose it because it had similar blues to my rice paper. And I know the color's going to come like a little bit through, but you could use any of the fussy cut elements. Like you could use, if you want to add like some yellow, you could use one from, I think we've got like a really nice Flower Power one, or maybe it's Magical Memories. Or Sunny Day, or it'll be Sunny Days. A nice yellow to it. And also, because we're going to have the rice paper over top, it doesn't 100% matter about white borders. As long as they look like triangles when we have them as texture, that's what matters. Okay. But yeah, we're going to make our rice paper today the feature instead of the background. Something a bit different. I did promise someone that we were going to do ATC type stuff, but we're going to do that next week because I kind of forgot about that. Okay, that's okay, Diane. Happens to the best of us with internet. Honestly, last week, I wasn't able to control my mic on one of my uni classes last week because we had everyone on there, not just the online kids, but we had all the online students, and a lot of us aren't kids, the online uni courses. But yeah, because we had everyone on there in one tutorial, it was just madness. It's like something like 103 on Tuesdays, and yeah, it was, let's just say the shop internet was having a bit of a moment. Did not know what had hit it. Okay, remember, we're just going for the texture of these, so I do think we should go for maybe a few small ones as well. Triangles are really simple, and because we're not going to see them on top once again, it doesn't matter about the white. So let's just come and cut the bit off there. There we go. And we're obviously going to highlight this texture a little bit once we get the rice paper done with maybe some smudging of paint. A little bit. We might even get like the modeling paste to do a bit of inking on it or something. Right, so that's all that. Right, so I think that's enough triangles because obviously we don't want to go overboard with our texture. So let's come in and glue these down and then glue our rice papers on top. I'm just going to make sure that our fish are definitely dry. I'm pretty sure they are. Like they're pretty close. We might actually heat them a little bit once we get the triangle stuff down. And I'm not gonna do all the layers of gluing because obviously we're gonna do the seal layer on top once we get like the rice papers going on top. So it'll be sealed after we stick all of them down, which is okay. And there we go. And then here's this one. Stick this one down. Okay, there's that one. Bye, Dad. Okay, so let's just come in. Where's the brush? Right. Okay, so there we go. So there's those. And then let's come in. I was about to say heat them, but I left the heat tool over at my mum's desk. So let me just... Because I definitely want my wet paint layers to be fully dry before that triangle. I missed a corner. Just double checking I haven't missed any other corners. Don't think so. Oh, there's that one there. Sometimes I miss a corner or two. No, I think I'm all good. Okay. I want it to be all dry so then when I come and put the rice paper on top, it doesn't smudge, because I want the shape of the fish and obviously the shape of my blending there too. So let me just get the heat tool. It's just like a few spots here and there. It's because we added in the ink. It takes it a bit longer to dry then, which is okay. So let's just come and plug that one in. Look at that go. Right. Just... Okay, yes, all of that's dry. Look at that. Beautiful. So now let's come in. I'm going to do this one piece at a time, so then we don't get glue like from here and back again, but we probably still will, because you know that's how it is. So remember, we'll put in this piece on this side, and put in this piece on this side. I think it's going to look really nice, but let's see how we go. We might actually have to add the pattern over top when we come back through. Right, so let's just add the gel medium to the back. Alright, got good coverage. Over. Right. We want to come in. We want to blend it in, and we also want to really press it into the areas where we've got triangles. So then we don't have any air pockets, but then so we also get the triangle texture on top. Just coming in and sealing it. So I get like 2 fingers when I'm doing a large piece. Just so then if I get 2 fingers and I'm doing it in the middle here, I'm not pointing directly on it. I'm not going to destroy the pattern. I'm just getting in there. Destroy the print. I'm just getting in there and rubbing it into the background. Look at that. There we go. We have our background in there. So beautiful. Alright, let's come and do the other side now. Make sure we got enough glue out. Okay, yeah. And then let's come in. Plenty of glue. And seal it down. It's really just trying to get it into those gaps on our triangles, because that's where we're going to get a few air bubbles, is the texture from the triangle. So we really just want to make sure we avoid that and get it nice and blended on our edges. So even if you come in and you do the point a bit and you just let the edges fluff out a bit. There we go. I think that looks really good. Okay. Yes, everyone like it? I think it looks pretty good. Okay, now we just need, I'll lift it up so you can see it a bit, well, you could see it really clear down there too. But look at that, we've got our texture from behind, which is nice, it's yummy. And now we just need, I think, to outline our areas a bit more. And I think we're going to do that with some watercolor and with a bit of this blue here. I also think we should probably do a little bit of white with our gesso brush, but once it's dry, and also the watercolor once it's dry, and this one as well. So we're just going to come in and dry that glue, I think, is the next step, just so then it's nice and sealed. So yeah, it does, doesn't it? We don't do this often, but it's very effective when we do. So now if we grab our watercolor first, so I do think that's going to be our first step. So let's just grab our watercolor real quick and our paintbrush, favorite paintbrush. One, and then let's grab our dark blue. Tell it I use this color a fair bit, can't you? Just going to come in. And we're going to pat it up and down because our rice paper is not fully dry yet. And by adding water to it, we could make pulp. So we don't want to drag our paintbrush across it. If you've got time at home, let it dry in between these steps. And then you can just come and woohoo, float that paint around, you know, have no troubles at all. But yeah, that's my suggestion, just because we're creating in that hour time constraint. Well, we try to. We're just going to work a little bit of wet on wet here. But yeah, I would generally leave it about a day or two before coming and doing this if I wasn't teaching a class. Just because, you know, that way then I can make sure it's definitely dry no matter the weather. If it's raining, if it's very hot, if it's very humid, no matter the weather, if it's very cold, 2 days. Works like magic. Okay, and then we're just going to keep coming in. Keep adding. And watercolor in. Just really getting there. And then with this brown here, add that brown to our paintbrush. Just getting a little bit there, there and there. Okay, and then let's come over this way. We might do the brown first. And what I think this one needs is actually the light blue coming up from the sea and being the sky here. Just highlighting that. Lighthouse. Now remember, your watercolor isn't going to dry as dark as what it is on when it's like wet. So it's going to be a little bit lighter when we dry it. And let's just come and add a bit of this blue down here. So we're starting to really get that rice paper. Oh, pan them back in. Grab the wrong blue nearly then. To really get that shading in. Let's just come and add some of that light blue up here. Now, if I dry it, you'll see what I mean by that the watercolor does go a little bit muted. It shouldn't do it too much because it is on the rice paper today, so that means it leaves the color the pigment on top and absorbs all the water, but it might have it a little bit lighter. Okay, so let's just get this one here as well. Put the blue down there. Some colour there. Add some of our background colour there. So we're just adding some of that fish colour in the front. And let's add some just that blue. And then We just grab this dot stencil here. Put it down now. Our rice paper is still wet, so we just got to be very careful not to lift it back up when we do this. So don't press too hard. Okay. So just a few dots. A few places. And then let's just add in a little bit of white, I think. So just put a bit of white out. We want a dry gesso brush. Not a wet one, a dry one. We want it nice and thin. So if you take off like just a little bit on your side of your messy mat you paint on. Just comes in and gives it the slightest. I do want that white up there to be a bit more darker. Look. At that there. Okay. I think it might be nearly done. It's amazing what a bit of white can do, isn't it? Changes the whole scape of it, doesn't it? And then let's just, I think we need 1 or 2 flicks of just the pure ink, acrylic ink teal. Not like super spray flicks, but just like a few mini ones. Just coming in off the edge of our rocks here and also going in that way. So we're going to go 1, 2. Bit of a dancer, isn't it? So we just come in, get a bit of that ink on our paintbrush today. And then, can't see it, but my water top is just literally out of camera. It's like right there. And I dipped it in twice. So we might try and put it in camera shot. There we go. And we're going to come nice and close because I don't want it to go too far, and just put it in, and that might do on there. Right. And then There we go. So not too many, not too much. Just a few. And the ones, like, for example, there's a few up here that I'm just going to come and lightly tap with my finger. And I'm just going to change them from the circular shape they are to a bit more of a blotted. Okay. I'll lift that up to show you, because I actually think we might be done with our swirls in the background of our sea. Like, just look at the pattern. We went from a plain ordinary rice paper and we made it the focal point, but we added texture in. And if I put it on the slide, I think you might be able to see the triangles texture in there. Yep, there you go. Triangle texture right there. See? Just beautiful. But yeah, so that, I actually think that might be done. I don't, do you, lovely ladies, want to add anything? Because I'm really happy with it. Don't know about you. It's something a bit different. I know that. It's not always, if you use dark colors, this is like a technique that will always work. You just got to make sure that the bottom layers that you put on, the texture and all the rest of it, are in dark colors that, yes, do match your rice paper, but are dark enough to be seen through the bits that you want to see them at. But yeah, so that's our class for tonight. We have card making tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Queensland time in our March group. And then we also have our scrapbooking class at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night, Queensland time, also in the March group. And then we have our Friday Night Live on Friday and a weekly roundup. And you'll have Mealy and me for those two. So, because the cruise starts this week. Go, all of you who are going on the New Zealand cruise, don't forget that Mum and I are also doing a Vanuatu cruise in December. So if you missed it on this one, you can come to the next one and you'll get both of us, which will be a lot of mixed media and a lot of scrapbooking and a little bit of this and that. So hope you guys loved tonight's class. It looks great. So thank you all for coming, and shall see you throughout the week. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.